Hello comrades, this is Comrade Entertainment, and today we'll go through the film Bad Times at El Royale. The film was released in 2018 and was directed and produced by Drew Goddard. It is based in the 1969 on the real-life Calniver resort, but was filmed on the set in Burnaby, Canada. The film stars some celebrity actors, including Dakota Johnson as Emily, Lewis Pullman as Miles, Chris Hemsworth as Billy Lee. The film is about four strangers, all with secrets and mysteries, booking into the El Royale for the night. The hotel is run by one person, who also has his own secrets and dark past. The film reflects on people's faith, moral choices, and a point of view of good versus bad, which is often shown by a line that splits the hotel in half, showing the border of Nevada that also represents hope and opportunity, with its gambling freedom, as well as the California side of the border, which could represent power and control in its sunny side. The line is often used by characters as well, when showing their morality and views and things. If you would like to watch it yourself, then it is free with Disney+, or you can rent it for a few pounds on Amazon Prime and other sites. But for now, let's head into the actual film. Spoiler warning from this point on. So we start with the opening scene of the film, where an unknown man is digging up the hotel room's floorboards and hiding a bag before putting them back in. The man then gets a knock on the door. He seems to recognise the stranger and lets him in, but gets shot at the back as he turns. We then skip 10 years later, and we are introduced to our main characters. We first meet Father Daniel, who seems dazed until he is greeted by Darling Sweet. They both then go to hotel reception and meet Lamy, another guest waiting to be served, and is apparently an appliance salesman. Darling eventually gets Miles Miller from the back room, who is the hotel's only staff. As Miles gives his reverse speech and explains the hotel and the border that divides it from me, objects, as he wants the room, which he eventually gets. Before heading to the rooms, the guest signs the guest books and pay for the rooms and coffee. As the guests adapt to their rooms, we follow and discover that Laramie is actually FBI agent Dwight Broadbeck, that was sent to retrieve surveillance equipment that was placed by them. But as the agent does this, he discovers the second and unknown surveillance gear, as well as a secret tunnel that spies into all rooms once he steals a master key. As we follow Agent Dwight down the tunnel, we discover Father Daniel ripping up the floorboards, most likely looking for the hidden bag. We also see Darlene singing and find she is trying to make it big in the music business while avoiding abusive bosses. Finally, we also see Emily, who is bringing in a tide and kidnapped girl into the room. As the agent calls and informs his supervisors of the situation, they tell him not to get involved, but he does so anyway, and disables all the cars by taking their spark plugs. During this time, Daniel and Darlene eat and drink in the reception until Daniel tries to drug her, but she finds out first and knocks him out with a bottle. The agent attempts to save the girl from Emily, but he ends up getting killed, and we also find that the girl is Rose Summerspring, and Emily was trying to get her sister away from a hippie-like cult. As the agent is shot and killed, the two-way mirror is also broken, allowing the girls to find the tunnel. Miles, who is with Daniel at the time, is in the tunnel and is injured from the glass shrapnel from a shot mirror. He is also captured and tied up with the girls, while Daniel escapes. As the girls talk to Miles, another unknown man and his gang arrive at the hotel. We find it's Billy Lee and his cult from a flashback that plays. The same cult Emily is running from, and Rose had called when she was freed. Meanwhile, Darlene and Daniel explain their stories, and Daniel apologizes that he tries to spike her earlier, explaining that he only did so he could enter her room to find the money stashed under the floor. The money that was in the bag at the start of the film and was stolen from a bank van by him, his brother, and a traitorous dad. We find that Father Daniel, also known as Doc, has memory loss and was caught for the robbery, only being recently released from prison. The two agree to work together against the two girls and then the cult, splitting the money when they escape. Eventually all the characters are caught by Billy and he plays a deadly game of black or red roulette, where Emily guessed wrong with a red and is shot dead. Darling sings to try and get out of the game, but Billy says he's heard better elsewhere and spins anyway. Daniel rams into Billy and the group fight back, starting the fire in the process. A gun is dropped in front of Miles, but he says he can't kill anymore, as we see a flashback of him killing hundreds in the Vietnam War. Miles soon changes his mind and decides to help by killing one more time and ends Billy Lee and the cult's lives. After defeating the cult, Miles goes to the Southern Rose and says sorry to her, but she reveals the knife and stabs him. Soon after this, before Rose can finish him off, Daniel shoots her dead. Daniel pretends to be a priest one more time to forgive Miles of his sins before he dies. The two remaining survivors, Darlene and Daniel, grab the cash and burn a video reel that was in the hotel. This video reel had someone important doing something wrong, but Miles couldn't give it to his bosses as the man in the reel was kind to him. As the video reel and the guest book with their names on it are burning with the hotel, they leave to live happy and wealthy. The end. The film never tells us who's on the film reel, but we can guess it might be JF or Robert Kennedy, or Martin Luther King, as these were known good people who had enemies that wanted something bad about them. The film also referenced a photo of Marilyn Monroe, and that the person in the reel had died, which would work for the Kennedys, as he's furious during that time of 1969, and the fact that in real life the hotel hosted the Kennedys. Like I briefly said at the start, this film has a lot of references to right and wrong, religious and political faith, and how that could be manipulated. For example, the fake priest, as he used the look to make people more comfortable and trusting to him. It also references people's desire for redemption and forgiveness, or for control and power to watch over others. For example, Miles, the surveillance gear, and Billy Lee. We can also see similarities from the character Billy Lee and his cult to the real-life Mason family, who were also a charismatic cult-like gang during the 1960s. Now to end this video, let's do our review. Bad Times at the End at the El Royale is an enjoyable film that has scandal, religious, forgiveness, and right versus wrong, without being too in your face or obviously political. It has great acting from a variety of celebrities, a fair amount of interesting and diverse locations, and props. It also has plenty of edge of your seat scenes and moments. Some characters are a bit predictable and easy to guess their truths, however this does not ruin the film. With this in mind, I rate it 5 out of 5 stars, but comment your thoughts and rating, as I'd love to hear your thoughts. But for now we come to the end of the review. If you'd like to find out more about the film, then check out the sources I used during my research, alongside the links and references for the clips used in the video down in the description. Finally, and once again, you can watch this free with Disney Plus, or rent it on Prime. This review took me about 3 days to do, so it would mean a lot if you could like, if you enjoyed, or learned something new, and subscribe if you want to see more monthly film reviews and daily gaming videos. And of course, send a comment as well. But for now, comrades, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.